Alright. Alright. Let's get into the peanut butter and jelly of this shit. Alright? I'm serious. I was sitting here thinking about like how should I approach this? It's kind of a serious topic, so I'm gonna be serious about it. I'm gonna stay in a serious tone. Will Shawn Porter have a greater legacy than Terence Crawford? Seriously. I know. Alright, it sounds crazy even saying it. But does it sound crazy or are you crazy? Seriously, are you the one crazy for even thinking that this sounds crazy? Or am I crazy for saying that you sound crazy for thinking that this sounds crazy? I don't know. I don't know. I'm not. I might be crazy, so I'm trying to wonder. Is that what I'm saying? Will Shawn Porter have a greater legacy than Terence Crawford? Oh, let's weigh it out. Seriously, let's weigh it out. Let's, in fact, let's do this within 3.5 minutes. I'm gonna make this short. It's gonna be a quick, precise, concise video, and afterwards we're gonna be wondering like who the hell does have a greater legacy right now. Everyone's gonna be wondering. I know for a fact. I'm gonna say some points and I'm gonna justify this shit. All right. I've been thinking about this topic for a while now. I actually started working on it for about 16 days now. That is better out. But seriously, I've been thinking about it for a while now, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna actually put it out there. So there we go. First of all, both 33 years old. Both 33 years old. So what can we quickly say about that? Um, there's no disadvantages or advantages given one way or another, right? You can say kind of about that. 33 years old, same age. Boom, boom. Okay, here we go on that one. Pro fights. How many pro fights they got going? Here we go. Well, how about pro debut? Both pro debut at the same time. Oh wait, 2008. That's pretty good. I like it. Shawn 35 fights. Bud 37 fights. All right, 37 and 0. Bud is Shawn 35 and what is Shawn's record? He has a couple of losses. I think like a draw. You know what I mean? He is. I forget his fight. I had it some here, but I have so much of it down. I mean, little dumb. I mean, I'm just like, I can't really figure out exactly where somebody could put 31 and 3 and 1. So 31 and 3 and 1 is Shawn's. 37 of those Buds. All right, age 33. Amateur records. Amateur records. Buds is 58 and 12. Shawn's is 276 and 14. Amateur records. Now, quickly, side note. I was thinking about that. Does that make it? Do amateur records make a difference? Does amateur experience make a difference? What will people say? I personally agree. Well, I personally believe it does, for sure. Amateur makes a big. I think for a few reasons. Like not only just how long you've been actually competitively fighting people for. Not only that, like how long? I mean, that's to become too competitively been fighting people for a long time and having a lot of competitive fights for a long time. Competition. That's cool. That's key. That's key to me. I mean, it really is. Also, with the amateur experiences, you kind of there's a lot of boxers that are debuting in their amateur careers just the same year you are, or a couple years before you, a couple years after you. So you're starting to see like how all a lot like your the talent you're seeing the talent field, right? You check you're like okay, like dang. I'm fighting. You find this dude. This dude is he gonna keep it up? And am I gonna see him 20, 15 years from now, 10 years from now, or is he gonna fall off or whatever? A rival. Damn, do I gotta fight this guy again in 10, 15 years from now? Holy shit, or whatever, anything. So I mean, I think that's also pretty cool for the experience and shit for amateur. I mean, obviously not to mention what amateur does for you as far as improving skills and all that. So as far as Shawn has 276 and he's 276 and 14, and Terrence is only 58 and 12. To me, and not because like I said, I've always liked Shawn and shit. I think that I would kind of have to lean towards Shawn as far as like the amateur career. You know what I mean? Even in the amateur careers, I think Shawn he won more belts as well. I think he has more medals in the amateur career. I think Shawn has I think like four silver, two gold. Terrence has three golds. That's it. Terrence has three golds in the amateur career as far as tournaments. Shawn has two golds and four silvers. So Terrence three golds. That's it. Shawn two golds, four silvers. So I mean, I think right there, as far as medals go in the amateur career, a little leaning towards Shawn in that area as well. Not to mention 276 victories versus 58 victories. You know what I mean? And who he fought in the and who he fought and lost to in the amateurs. I mean, like I said, I think amateurs is a big deal. I really do. And I'm not even a professional boxer, but I think if you would ask, I think if you would ask most professional boxers, let me go ahead and plug this bad boy in for guys. I think if you were to ask more professional boxers, they'd be proud of, or they would say that yeah, amateur careers are pretty key. They're pretty key. So I mean, so Shawn he has a couple of losses in his amateur to names we know now. Danny Jacobs, because Shawn he debuted his amateur career at I think 166 or some shit, right? Shawn fights at 147 now. He debuted at 166. And so he fought a couple times at one, like the middleweight, and then he fought in the 154, the super welter. So yeah, so Shawn he debuted and fought at a higher weight, you know. So he lost to Danny Jacobs. I think that was one of his main losses. I think he lost to Danny Jacobs twice. I guess he lost to Emilio Correa Jr., which I guess he was pretty good, man. I looked into that dude. He was pretty good. I did no lie. I don't lie. Period. I don't like to lie, right? So, you can kind of lean towards taking my word. I mean, you don't know me, so it's hard to take my word for something. But I think you'll eventually see. Okay, dude, don't be lying. And try to lie and everything. So anything, yeah, Danny Jacobs a couple times. Emilio Correa dude, he was pretty good. So yeah, so he oh yeah, I guess in see I write so much stuff down, but I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure if I'm gonna go ahead and move on from that one because I'm not sure if I've not put Emilio Correa won middleweight silver in the two. Yeah, I did. The Emilio dude, he won silver at 2008 Beijing and gold in 2007 Pan Am. So you see, yeah, he was decent. See, boom, got it. He was decent. And then we got Bud. Bud lost to Danny Garcia in the amateurs. Jordanis Ugas in the amateurs. Miguel Angel Gonzalez, that dude was good. Miguel Angel Gonzalez was good, man. He was 51-5. His losses were to De La Hoya, Casazul, Miguel Gomez, Spinks, Luis Collazo. So that dude was good. So yeah, Bud lost to him in the amateurs. So their losses even they have losses to good notable names, but I think Bud has more losses to more notable names. And to me, what that says to me is that's more names that you should at least be trying to go for. Like if I lost to just one big name back in the day, one big name now, and he was a name back in the day. He was one big name now. If I lost to that dude back in the day, I would want to avenge that, right? But if I didn't, lose to just one dude. Now imagine a dude losing to five dudes. I'm just saying, the chances are, you gotta at least make it up to you gotta at least beat one of the dudes you beat that you lost to back in the day in the amateurs. I'm saying that was my thinking of it, right? Man, come on, you lost to 4 or 5 dudes that are still fighting now. Why haven't you fought one of them dudes to beat them? Like Robinson, Terence lost to Robinson and shit. Ray Robinson, the new Ray Robinson. He lost to him, lost to Ugas, lost to Danny Garcia. Man, you should have been fought these cats, man. You lost them back in the day. Like I said, Shawn lost to Jacobs. Jacobs is at 168 now. So Shawn ain't gonna jump to 168. Which is another thing, the weight. Shawn debuted in the amateurs at 166. Terrence debuted, I think, it was lightweight. I think it was just straight up lightweight, or maybe I think it might have been featherweight before lightweight. So that's another thing. As far as body and discipline for the body, I think if Shawn debuted at a higher weight, he's kind of been also taking care of been more disciplined to stay at 147 for so long. I don't know. I mean, that one I got to think about that one a little more, I guess you would say. But yeah, as far as the resume goes, the amateur, like I say, I think that's why I think it's when you fight in an amateur game, it's kind of big because when you become pro, That's a big, that's a talent field. You got to be like, okay, I'm fighting this dude, fighting that dude. Like, man, I lost to you back in the day. Like, no, I truly believe I'm the greatest. I truly believe I'm the greatest right now, man. So I'm definitely gonna fight you. I'm definitely gonna knock you out, bro. I lost to you back in the day. Now I'm the. Now you see what's going on with the rankings and stuff, right? You ain't even mentioned I am, so let me go ahead and clean you up real quick. So I don't know, and you know, so as far as the amateur career goes, I think I'm gonna have to lean to Shawn Porter. And I'm not even trying to be like I'm not even being biased. I'm really not. I do like Shawn because I like Bud just as much, man, or almost as much. I like Shawn more, but yeah. So I'm not even being biased. I think the amateur, I'm gonna have to go with Shawn for sure. I mean, like I said, 276 fights compared to 276, 14 losses. So that's what I'm not the greatest, but I think that's easy. That's 290 fights. 290 fights overall. Sean has. Terence had 200. Sean overall fights 290. Terence overall fights 70. So yeah, and not just that. I think Sean has more medals, less big names now, and Sean can't fight Danny Jacobs now. Bud can fight Ugas, Ray Robinson, Danny Garcia, like the guys, few dudes they lost back in the day. He can fight them now, man. So I don't know. Now we jump to if we jump to the actual professional resumes, they debut professionally around the same time, so that that right there you can no disadvantages given. They debut in the amateur and the pros around the same time, so that no in the pros and in the amateurs, Sean won a medal first. He won a belt first. Yeah. In the pros and in the amateurs, they were both like they weren't world recognized belts. You know what I mean? They were just belts recognized by one organization, like the WBO. The WBO will have its own belt, and that's the belt that they won. They didn't win the WBO that's recognized by all the ones. You know what I mean? All the other organizations. So they didn't win they won the actual world title belts, the ones recognized around the same time. But technically, Sean won. Sean won in amateur and in pro. Sean won belts first and shit. Like by a few years. So Sean also has that. And as far as the professional resumes go, I think honestly that's clear and cut that Sean has a better resume. He has boxers like Devin Alexander, probably Najee, Brooke, Broner, because the Broner we're not gonna, I don't want to talk about this, the what ifs and this and that. I'm just going to talk about the names: Broner, Thurman, Danny Garcia, Ugas, who beat Crawford in the amateurs. Spence Jr. Sean has Spence Jr. recently. So I mean, great names, man, great names. What I'm saying? Bud, I mean, Bud doesn't have like bad names. He has pretty good names like Victor Postol. You know what I mean? Again, Victor. Hold on. But yeah, Kell Brook, Khan. Remember Kell Brook, Khan, Victor Postol, Gamboa. I think Benavidez Jr. was a good name. Yeah, I really do. I think Ndongo was a good name. And I really do. Like I said, I'm not talking about the circumstances. I'm talking about the names. But I still feel like in the pros, Sean has a better names, man. Come on, Danny Garcia, Sean Port. I mean, Johnny Garcia, Keith Thurman. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. They back in the day, Devin Alexander and shit. Devin Alexander, I don't know what happened with him, man. He had great skill. So, yeah, as far as the names, the names now, I go to Sean, man. In my opinion, they definitely go to Sean. Come on, Spence. As far as Spence, I mean, you got to go to Sean. So and then and to win the world titles, the world titles because they both won two big time world titles. That are recognized by all the other sanctioning bodies, right? The other organizations. It was Crawford did it versus Paul Stolen and Donegal, and Sean did it versus Devin Alexander and Danny Garcia. So even that right there was tough for opponents, I think, to get the world titles. Because many people know, man. Many people know that a lot of boxers claim to be that's why they say the paper champ. Or because you want a title, man, but that's on paper. That's not a name. I personally believe I honestly hold names over titles as far as weight. I really do. So a lot of people are like, a lot of people would talk about the like titles and that, but. So I feel like that title, those were legit titles. They're not the other, titles versus somebody who's just another stepping stone. So even that, Sean has the edge, man. Sean has the edge. So I mean, that honestly, I personally believe I'm not gonna give that away. So yeah, right. Who am I talking? Like you didn't just see this 15-minute video. Yeah, I think Shawn has the better legacy right now. The better legacy right now, I think Shawn has. Now, I want to talk about the future, like what happens in the future, who can end with a better legacy, because I feel like it's close for sure, but it's already a 15-minute video. But damn, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Cause I really wanted to get this out, and I just pictured like again people out there, just a couple people maybe watching this full video, like yeah, that was a pretty good video, man. Oh, precious. All right, she wants to make a debut. I think that's what it is. This little crazy one. Oh, look at her. Yeah. So, I love my animals, man. I'm an animal, man. Hey. If you ain't an animal, man, then you're not a man. All right. See a big wolf in the back. But I think that wolf wants to bite me. But no. All right, much love, everybody. Another one of rolling with the punches. I'll see you later. See me later. See me. This is how you see each other later. All right, for real. And stay positive, for real. Every day we're given an opportunity to build patience, build strength. Gotta love it. All right. Bye. Love it. Love y'all. Peace.